skiers, I'm Jeff from Skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob, hi.
We got a pretty exciting video today. Bob, what are we skiing on?
Elan Ripstick 96 Black.
Yeah,
the
so
new
this
Black Edition.
Yeah, new Black Edition. So, just this morning, Elan announced their 2022 Ripstick Black collection. They're doing an early release of the 96 and 106. Bob, we skied them, what? First time a couple weeks ago?
I think it was like just last week, wasn't it?
Whatever.
Okay.
Regardless, we've been skiing them for a while and pretty excited that we can share info on them now. Up here again at Stowe, we just got a bunch of snow at Stowe, so conditions are really improving.
Yep.
Some new terrain opening up, which is making testing really fun. Bob, initial impressions, what do you think?
Really successful application of carbon to kind of mimic how metal works in other skis. So in addition to those tubes that are along the side, they got two more now in the middle. And so that really helps with the damping of the ski. And just, while retaining that lightness that these ripsticks are known for. So really nice blend of, stiffness, precision, dampness.
Yeah, extremely well-rounded skis.
Yeah, they got a lot of things right with these things.
Yeah, just a true all-mountain ski. And then that 106 kind of goes into a little more of a free ride realm, but similar characteristics. So we're gonna keep skiing. We're gonna shoot down hayride here because it looks awesome, and then we'll meet you back in the studio, talk more about construction in detail, the differences between this and the previous Black collection and the current ripsticks and all that good stuff. So we'll see you there. And Bob, let's go skiing.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
All right, this looks sweet.
Yeah, I haven't done this yet.
And it's sunny. Hey skiers, back here in the studio to talk more about these brand new 2022 Elan Ripstick 96 Black Edition skis. Bit of a mouthful in the name, but the skis are awesome. This is the 106 here behind me too. Both of these are available for sale right away on Ski Essentials. We don't have a ton of them, so if it's something that you want, I would pull the trigger sooner than later. I think we have like 5 or 6 of each pair in 180 and 188. But yeah, really good skis. Really like what Elan's doing in general right now. You know, we've talked about Elan skis quite a bit on our channel over the past couple of years. Their skis are pretty unique. You know, if you aren't familiar with Elan skis in general, you might want to like pause this video and go back and watch the Ripstick 96 review, the non-black Ripstick 96. That'll give you a pretty good sense of kind of what the company's all about, what they're doing differently. But we will touch on some of that stuff in this review as well. So here it is. This is the brand new Elan Ripstick 96 Black Edition. Bob kind of alluded to some of the construction changes or construction updates rather in the beginning of the video. So we'll get into that in a little bit more depth. Before we do, let's just kind of do a brief synopsis of shape. So basically this is the Ripstick 96 shape. You know, it's the same side cut dimensions, same rocker profile, all that stuff. We still get a right and a left ski, you know, that amphibio profile that we talk about plenty. So basically here's your left ski, here's your right ski. There's more camber along the inside edge of your right, or of both skis. So more camber along the inside edge of the skis, more rocker along the outside edge. You know, pretty reasonable amount of camber and rocker in the ski in general. It's not like a drastic amount of tip rocker. There is more tip rocker than tail rocker. And this shape is definitely important to the Ripstick's overall performance. The other thing that I think is worth pointing out on this ski is kind of the smooth early taper. So this kind of got tweaked a little bit going from 2020 to 2021. Just in general Ripstick shape, they kind of engage into the turn a little bit more quickly, but we still get a good amount of early taper up here. And now the big changes to this Ripstick 96 Black Edition, or really the changes to this ski compared to the existing Ripstick 96, is the construction. So in previous iterations of the Black Edition skis, so we had a Black Edition in 2020, they basically took the existing Ripstick 96 and added a full sheet of carbon fiber. That was kind of their way of boosting that ski's performance compared to the non-black Ripstick. We still have a good amount of those skis too, and those skis are still really, really fun. They have some slightly different performance characteristics than these, which maybe at the end of this video we'll get to, or you could leave a question if you want to talk more about the differences between those. So similar concept here, but the engineering behind it is a little bit more advanced in my opinion. So we get carbon line technology, and then we also get quad rod. So pretty cool what's happening in this ski. If you remember, we were just talking about the right and the left ski and how there's more camber along the inside edge. Now there's a full length sheet of carbon along the inside edge. We talk about that a little bit in the 2021 Ripstick 96, but in this ski, it's full width, it starts about there, full length, so you get it through the entire forebody of the ski and through the entire tail of the ski, and then underfoot it's actually full width. So Elan has a really good visual, which I'll drop into the video so you can get a sense of what I'm talking about. But you basically get more carbon along the inside edge compared to the existing skis, and that kind of full width sheet underfoot too. And then quad rod technology, that's pretty darn important to the overall performance of this ski. In our opinion, that's really going a long way to deliver the extra performance of this ski, which we will get to momentarily. Essentially, if you're familiar with these skis and these skis construction, you know they use carbon rods. So there's basically three-dimensional carbon rods that run along both the edges, kind of just inside the sidewalls. That is true on the Ripstick 96, and then this Black Edition gets 2 extra carbon rods. So those are positioned in the middle of the ski, both in the forebody and through kind of the aft section of the ski. They don't go all the way to the tips and tails, and they also don't meet underfoot. So 4 carbon tubes now. So that's basically the changes. That's what this ski gets. And you might be wondering, like, what do we have to pay for that stuff? This ski is $150 more, so it goes up to $799 as opposed to $649 in the normal Ripstick 96. So same shape, pretty darn similar construction overall, but we get more carbon in 2 different applications. The other stuff that goes on with Ripsticks all carries over to this ski too. So we get the vapor tip inserts that are pretty cool, kind of take down some swing weight. They're SST sidewalls. So pretty much everything else carries over to this ski. Now, what's the result for performance? You heard Bob and I talking at the beginning of this video about how well-rounded these skis are. They are extremely versatile and just a true all-mountain ski. The first turns that we made on these, I might have even been on the 106 for my first runs on the new Black Edition, but regardless of which one, I think Bob and Marcus were on these, and I might have been on the 106, but we all kind of stopped halfway down the trail and just started talking to each other, and we were basically like all exclaiming about how smooth and quiet they are. It's something that we talk about with Elan skis a lot. Those carbon rods, because they're in a 3-dimensional application, they provide a smoother feel with more vibration damping than most skis that use carbon. And I think it would even be fair to say, like, just about any other ski that uses carbon or relies on carbon is not as damp or as quiet as these Ripsticks, but they still have a very playful feel too. So by adding those 2 extra rods, the vibration damping in this ski is off the charts. It's right up there with skis that use metal. It's extremely smooth, and if you're just linking carving turns, it really does feel like it's just glued to the snow. You have that confidence-inspiring, smooth, stable, quiet feel. And also, by adding all that carbon to the inside edge and underfoot, they've upped the edge grip too. The torsional stiffness of this ski has increased over the Ripstick 96. So somebody like me who's pretty lightweight, I never really was pushing the Ripstick 96 past its limits, but I at least could feel that it had a limit. Somebody like Bob, on the other hand, was really benefiting from just the extra stability, the extra damping, and the extra edge grip in this ski compared to the non-Black Edition Ripstick 96. So it's pretty unbelievable. And then what's nice about them is they still have that Ripstick fun factor, kind of. They're not, we're talking about stability at speed and edge grip and all that kind of stuff. It is like worth noting that they're not incredibly stiff. If we took like a Bonafide and flexed it right next to a Bonafide, this is a softer ski. So you get some of the user friendliness and some of the compliance that has traditionally come along with the Ripstick skis, but the edge grip and the stability is just taken like one step further. So you can still kind of play around with carving turn shape. It's easier to engage like this part of the ski and get this part of the ski to flex in the initial part of the turn, which for a lighter skier like myself, I kind of often find like it's easier for me to manipulate this ski compared to some stiffer skis. And it's just, it's really cool how they have that blend of good stability, good edge grip, but then you can also manipulate their carving turn shape, and you can also load up the ski and get a lot of energy out of them. So they still have that very snappy, quick, energetic feel out of a turn. Just way more stability and way more vibration damping than the other Ripsticks. Or at least noticeably more. I think it's fair to say that it's noticeably more. And then it wouldn't even like be a Ripstick anymore if you took away its playfulness and its versatility. And that's really where these skis start to kind of separate themselves from the pack or from a lot of other skis in this category. Is there are other skis. There's plenty of other skis that achieve the same amount of edge grip, the same amount of stability, just as much power. Typically, those skis are like 300 grams heavier. This is 1,710 grams in the 180 centimeter length. So that's really light. And also typically those other skis that have that same amount of vibration damping and edge grip, they're more camber and they're stiffer. So when you take a ski with more camber that's stiffer and that's heavier, and you take it off trail, that's going to be more fatiguing. And that's something that the Ripstick 96 Black Edition still does really, really well. So with this rocker profile and 1,710 grams, the swing weight and the ability to kind of flick the ski around is just as good as the Ripstick 96, the non-Black Edition ski. I think you do get like a little more confidence-inspiring feel on this ski if you're in like really firm, challenging, technical terrain, like tricky. There was some like weird wind buffed snow today, and I think this ski stayed a little bit more composed and stuff like that, but it's still very maneuverable and still has like the easy, smooth edge release in softer snow and in more technical terrain that kind of all the Ripsticks have. We actually have some really good moguls right now. So I asked resident expert mogul skier Bob to kind of just like rip some mogul lines for me this morning. And watching how quick he was on this ski was just another reminder to me, even though I also had a pair on my feet at the time, just another reminder of how quick and how playful this ski can be. So it's pretty darn cool. I don't think it might not be a ski for everybody. I think there are skiers out there who like maybe your Bob size and all you like to do is ski around at like 50 miles an hour and just like rip high speed, big arcing turns all the time, you might prefer something like a Bonafide, like a stiffer, heavier ski, but it's pretty darn hard to push this past its limits. A couple times this morning, Bob did say something like, yeah, I can feel the tip bending, which some skiers might not like that feel, but I never felt that, being like 70 pounds lighter than Bob. And I do think that it's only like a really small percentage of skiers that will ever even get to that level where you want like a stiffer shovel. And like I was just saying, if you then move to a ski with a stiffer shovel, you lose a lot of that playfulness and that versatility, the maneuverability, the fun factor, the forgiveness, like everything that comes along with the Ripsticks, which that's a big reason why I have become a fan of these skis, is that they have all those things that are really beneficial for a lot of different skiers. So you don't have to be the best skier in the world to ski these, and you'll still really, really enjoy them. So that's it. That's the Elan Ripstick 96 Black Edition for 2022. You can buy them today, as I mentioned. They're really, really good skis. It's just to reiterate, it's pretty unbelievable how smooth these skis are, considering how light they are and how playful they are. So extremely well done by Elan. I really enjoy the technology that Elan is putting into their skis. Their engineering feels a little different than a lot of the other things we see in the ski industry right now, and I think it's just a really valuable thing to have. As I often say in other videos, it would be really boring if all skis were the same. Like the last review we did was the Enforcer 88. It would be super boring if this ski was given to us and it just ended up feeling like an Enforcer. Like the Enforcers have tons of benefits of their own. These have tons of benefits of their own. And I just think it's a great ski to have just in the ski world and in the industry in general. So as usual, let us know if you have any questions about them. We've been skiing these for, Bob and I were going back and forth about how long we've been skiing them. We've been skiing them for almost 2 full weeks now. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions. I'm sure that we have put them to the test in a specific scenario that you might be thinking of. So don't hesitate to ask us a question. We'll try and get to them as soon as we can. We have a lot of comments right now to get through. But yeah, don't stop leaving them. It's just we've been busy, so we'll try and get to those quicker than we have in the past week or so. But yeah, unbelievably smooth. It keeps just kind of blowing my mind how smooth they've made that ski, and just how quiet and damp it is, being just 1,710 grams. And I think it's fair that it's reflected in the price. Like $799 is a premium ski, and I think that's the correct price tag for these skis. Is like they are a premium product, and I also think it's reflected in the top sheet too. It's just like a clean black look that just looks great. Bob and I both had them on our feet this morning, and we're definitely turning a lot of heads in the lift line, so to speak. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions, and we will see you guys on the slopes.